Cheers and welcome back, my friends, to another video. I'm on a very nice place and in an old Sami Kota. You can see it's an old cottage at the lakeshore, and it is just another perfect day. You may ask why. I will tell you. Just let's see how the day started. Yeah, I'm getting closer to the Kota and the lakeshore now, and oh, look! A footprint of an elk, a moose. These animals live around here and you can see them quite often. And I'm here at the Sami Kota, and I now bring my things to the lakeshore, because there I want to have a little campfire, and it is very amazing because I'm all alone out here. Let me show you the lake. It is so nice. Here you can breathe absolute freedom, and you can be all by yourself, and you hear the birds. It is so amazing, and the sun is coming up. Yay! I hear some birds in the background. They are going to be crazy. I think they enjoy the sunshine. It is cold. Let's go into the Kota. These kind of little huts are built from the Sami people who came from the mountains back in wintertime nearer to the coast and to the forest lands, to the woodlands. And they lived in such kotas the whole winter long. And you can see you have a place in the middle for the fire. You have on the right and left side places to sleep. And at the back you have a little place to store your things, which you can also do by hanging them on the walls. Now we want to prepare the Kota for a nice and cozy afternoon. And you see, the kettle hangs over the not yet built fire. And here we can sit, and the candles are already burning, and let's start a little fire. And it is a special ability to do a fire in such a Kota because it has to be quite smoke-free. Although the smoke goes up here until this flap in the roof, and there it can go out. You may ask how to build a fire that doesn't smoke. That's quite an adventure, I can tell you, and I had many tries to find this out. So first we take big pieces of wood, and then we build a stack like this. We take smaller ones, and the wider side, the bigger side, goes outside, and we have a lot of space in the middle that the smoke can go through this fire. So let's try. And on the top there is the tiny pieces to get the fire started. We have birch bark, you see, very tiny pieces on top of the fire, and you see this artifact of a built campfire. You have very short pieces of wood which don't stick out longer than the pieces below them, and it burns from the top to the ground, because then the top fire can dry the pieces below. And we have, as I said, a lot of holes inside, so the air can go through the fire and make it really hot, and this prevents the smoke in the Kota. And as I said, we have the flap in the top of the building, and the smoke just vanishes into the air. You see, you can never leave a fire alone for too long, because then it gets smoky, and it doesn't get hot enough. So I put smaller pieces on it now, so it's burning perfectly again. You might ask, why did the Sami use kotas and not like normal houses or cabins? This is very easy, because the Sami people are traveling around with their reindeer, and the reindeer are mostly in the fjell. These are the mountains around here, a little further up to the northwest. And when the winter comes in the mountains, the Sami has to go with their reindeer further south and further to the coast, because otherwise the reindeer will not find any pasture for eating. And you know, the Sami have like a little migration from the mountains to the forest lands, and because they can't, of course, not take their houses with them, so they build little houses and shelters everywhere they have to stop for their reindeer. And this place where I am right now is such a historic place where the Sami lived all winter long, coming from the mountainside. And it is very nice, very remote and very quiet. It is just beautiful. Yeah, as I said earlier, such a Kota was also thought for, such a Kota was also a shelter for the whole family. And you have the two sleeping places, like on the right side and left side of the fire, and then you had a little flap down behind the table where all the necessary things were stored, and you have the open flap in the middle of the roof. You had hooks on the wall where you can store your things. And it was very important that you, when you come inside, that you don't bring the snow all around, because it is a shelter for the winter time. And so you have a little open space between the two like sleeping places in the at the front door. Here you can see the place where the other kotas had been built. It is a little hill behind the kota where I am staying. And here you see the rest of a fire pit from a kota which has been removed. And you see that there is nothing left but the stones, and they don't do any harm, not to animals, not to humans, and not to nature. And when you want to rebuild the kota, you can use the same fire pit again. And when you sit here and you hear nothing, only the birds and the crackling fire, you feel like your heart wakes up and like your soul is nourished, and that it is a kind of simple and quiet happiness which you can't compare to anything you can buy or you can have in the flashy light of the city, for example. It is a quiet happiness which fills your soul and makes you glad from inside, and it is not like you are smiling all day long, but you feel very, very content, and you feel very, very satisfied with the life you're living, because you feel that you are part of everything which is around you. And for me, for my part, it makes me absolutely happy. And maybe you are now here with me, you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and you can feel the beauty of this place and this moment too.